right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is the Dota Pit League season number 3 group stages. Group B action between HellRaisers and Team Empire. The All-CIS affair continues on here in game number 2. And, well, Team Empire looking very solid in that first game, despite maybe an upset earlier today between them and Burden United. Team Empire and HellRaisers having a pretty solid series. Honestly, a lot of action in that first game, a lot of team fight, a lot of run-at-you style of Dota, but Empire come out on top. Really, Yoki, Resolution, Silent playing well, and of course the support, specifically the Shadow Shaman, coming through in the clutch, having a very, very solid game. They get off to a good start here with Empire grabbing the Shadow Fiend. Of course, as always, action brought to you by HighGroundTV. The production guys here with us today. Mawpax or Satsman, Pit Muckle, of course, our production manager. I'm Matt, and joining me today, as always, is Trelf. Trelf, how are you, man?
Doing good. It was a pretty fun game to watch and interesting draft too, so excited for game 2.
Game 2 coming up, and, well, I mean, Sniper first pick, I guess it's kind of expected at this point. Hero is a dominating force in lane, to say the least. Sniper likes to just max up that shrapnel and just go to town and make sure that if you get a point of headshot, get a point and take aim. It's very hard to stand toe-to-toe up against that hero in the mid lane. Excuse me, if that is where they send him, so pretty solid hero.
And they go with the Earthshaker, which is like the bane of any Shadow Fiend player because it's very easy to... I mean, you get a block on the Shadow Fiend with Sniper Shrapnel up, he's dead. So you need to... that might even also be not only a great pick against Shadow Fiend, but possibly denied pick against Empire too, because normally you also want an Earthshaker behind your Shadow Fiend to help protect him from ganks and stop, initiation from a long range away. So they pick up a Vengeful Spirit, which is not exactly the best hero to help protect a Shadow Fiend, but it's a very strong hero to protect him in the mid to late game with swaps. So I like that pickup. I'd like to see another kind of hero to maybe help him out in the level 1, because I've seen more times than not Sniper just dominate this matchup. One of the only heroes I can actually take on a Shadow Fiend head on and win effectively. So yeah, something like a Skywrath Mage to just help zone out. You're also wanting to think of possibilities of heroes that can function well with a Vengeful Spirit, because Vengeful Spirit's not the great harasser. So if they pick up a very good, strong offlaner, like for instance like Broodmother, you want to make sure that you also are prepared for something like that too.
Yeah, I think right now for Empire, it's going to be tough to keep Shadow Fiend safe. This Sniper is going to have a pretty good time, and you talked about good matchups, and Shadow Fiend has like a lot of them, but Sniper feels like he doesn't have really a single bad matchup that I can think of right now. I'm sure there is one, but in the mid lane, Shrapnel is just too strong with his current kit that he has. I mean, it's very difficult for him to lose. Yeah. It all comes down to, I think, him snowballing, him getting off to a good start, him not getting ganked, and if you can get a gank going for him, then he just tears through the game and he becomes a force to be reckoned with. So that mid matchup is something to watch, but we'll have to keep our eyes on the other picks as well.
I'm also curious that Team Empire opted to go for Venge over the Bat, which is now being banned out by HellRaisers, and I think smartly so. Just because Bat's thought of as being one of the better counters to Sniper in general, because it's easy to get pickoffs onto him with a fast blink. Another great hero against Sniper that we might see banned out here, not quite sure, is the Clockwork. They have one more chance to ban that out if they want to. Clockwork might actually be better for Team Empire than Bat, because maybe the thinking is if we pick up a Bat, then if we stack the jungle, it's all going to go to the Bat anyway, so it's probably not going to go to the Shadow Fiend, but maybe they want to utilize more stacks for Shadow Fiend. So they ban out the Storm actually against Team Empire, which is a little interesting. Storm is actually very good against Sniper too, because you don't have to worry about the shrapnel that much. You can zip right in front of him and just get right up in his face, so I think that's a pretty good ban.
Clockwork still is available, by the way, which is a hero a lot of people turn to when they're against the Sniper. And I mean, HellRaisers could grab it, but Team Empire could also pick it up for, say, Yoki, put him in the offlane and go to work. I think that's a solid choice. Then you could get in Sniper's face by just hooking onto him and going from there. But there's other options, obviously. And for HellRaisers, what do they go for? A good hero to pair with Earthshaker, perhaps, might be something they decide to pick up. We'll see what they do.
Skywrath is one of the more popular pairings for the Earthshaker. It's got, whereas Earthshaker can't harass very well, Skywrath can. They both have long-range nukes. Obviously, his concussive shot isn't like a huge nuke in terms of damage, but it is long range and it does slow. So they go with the Night Stalker. I predict it's going to be an offlane Night Stalker. It's it's very good on Dire because you have the better block to go for you, so you get a free level 2. They can also block themselves if they want to with the Earthshaker to really make sure he gets proper lane positioning. But interesting Night Stalker pickup here for HellRaisers.
This is quite the interesting choice for HellRaisers. We've seen 4-position Night Stalkers before. I don't know if it's been HellRaisers or Virtus Pro or another CIS team, but I've seen someone do it. I feel like it was, but I don't think they go for it in this position. I think they just play it as the offlaner. Line is picked up for Team Empire, and if they need a way to blow up some heroes and get locked down, Line is the go-to support in that regard. He was banned out last game of the 4th ban. This time he's picked up for Team Empire. So Line, Vengeful Spirit, pretty okay combo. There's decent right click from the Line. He's got some decent range as well, but a lot of lockdown, and they're very good at rotating and getting kills and being effective across the map, which I think is the most important thing. However, they're both kind of squishy and fodder for Night Stalker at nighttime, so something to keep in mind.
This combo is actually one of the strongest support combos in the game because once it gets to the mid to late game and you get levels on your Venge, level 11 is great, level 16 is perfect. You can, when you're actually trying to push into high ground, you can run the Venge swap into instant Hex from Lion. And there's almost nothing you can do about it because as long as you have vision from Venge, which you can almost always get because you have your Wave of Terror, you throw the Wave of Terror up, or if you just have a ward, you get vision onto someone, say, even the sniper, if he's not too far back, you're like, get ready to Hex the sniper. If you already have the Hex actually applied to sniper when the swap comes out, it is an instant Hex after the swap. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's one of the strongest tools that is support. This is a support duo. It's not like you're using cores to do this. And you don't even have to use items. It's just your ability. So if you get levels up on the Venge, in particular, it is one of the strongest support combos in the game.
Absolutely. And it's just so easy to run. It's just, and also they have plenty of burst damage too. They're two of the best support heroes. Then they go for a bit of a different route with Empire grabbing the Magnus.
Yeah.
This is not, I don't think, what anyone was expecting when you see these 3 heroes.
I swear I was going to say offlane Magnus for Yoki, and now I look like an idiot because I say it after the fact, but it's just because like it seems more like a Yoki hero. Like you look at Clockwork and you're like, wow, Clockwork might be good. It's good against Sniper. It's actually really good against Earthshaker to stop him from casting any spells, but for some reason Yoki just seems like he wants to play Magnus in the offlane a lot. I swear I was thinking it, but... All right, they actually go for it, so it doesn't really buff up anybody with an Empower, though, which is one thing. But they do have, like, they can pick up a Slark if they want to, any other kind of melee hero that benefits well from the Empower. There's also Luna, which does well with the Empower, too. They
can go PA safe lane as well. They have a couple of options. I mean, just any melee carry in the safe lane is definitely something they could go for. And yeah, I mean, I don't blame Yoki for going in the offlane Magnus, like, because who doesn't want to hit big RPs? And we saw Resolution play the other, I wouldn't say the other day, a month ago or something like that. He hit a double 5-man RP. So, I mean, it's always an option for him, but I doubt it. They did the safe lane Shadow Fiend for HellRaisers last game, and they'll pick up Slark this game, which is interesting. This is like a very weird, eclectic set of heroes for HellRaisers, like Slark, Visage, Night Stalker.
Yeah.
It's like, you do not expect this draft. It's like a bunch of really good heroes in their own right, but like together, it's a weird mishmash of different styles, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like the Visage pick is just very weird. I don't know if it pairs that particularly well against with Earthshaker. They go with an Axe actually to round it all out for Team Empire, so I imagine farming Axe for Silent and then Magnus be played in the offlane by Yoki, and yeah, that's what it's going to be. So I'm wondering if the Slark pick was not only just a pick that HellRaisers wanted, but possibly a deny pick too. Like we mentioned, it could be very good with the Magnus and Power, but... yeah, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I think Dread is a fantastic player, though, and he's playing the Visage, so we'll see what he can do with it.
Not often you see Visage paired up with, no dry range or anything along those lines. The hero is really good still. I mean, it has its mana issues in lane, but, I mean, in terms of burst damage early on in the game, I don't know if there's a better hero that can pop up the damage with Soul Assumption and getting the kills. They even have a Fisher to start things off as well, so I'm excited to see how this game goes. HellRaisers, I mean, they're down 0-1 in this series, but this is a tough team to go up against. And if we see, they might, they're going to go for the safe lane Silent instead of going aggro trial lane or something like that. Eventually, they could empower the Axe to get more farm, but Axe's right click is not what you pick them for. That's not what you usually are going for. You're going for lockdown and the potential to split somebody's head open. But
oh, you know what? They probably also picked the axe for. It's against the Visage. Like it
Yeah,
totally owns the Visage birds if you catch them in a call.
Yeah.
Pretty much kills them instantly with one spin. So
good point.
yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why they picked him. Not to mention he's just an overall fantastic hero.
I am excited for Yoki on the Magnus, though. That always has the potential to excite. In the off lane, he'll have to go up against some difficult heroes. Fisher into Soul Assumption is not easy to deal with as a Magnus, but he has 8 tangos. He has an Observer Ward as well. He'll look at the top rune spot where Artez is sitting nearby with Ninja able to pop up Shrapnel if necessary. And they'll leave bottom rune spot for Empire and Aloha Dancer, whoever wants to grab it. And so far, I mean, yeah, Goddamn will probably block the creep wave down bottom, but he'll rotate up top more than likely, or just roam mid. I don't expect anything too crazy at the start of this game. I don't expect to see any real aggressive tri-lane. I mean, everything's already set up right now. And as it stands, just the standard opening.
Yep, Sniper is going to get the bounty rune top. I thought he was maybe going to attempt a skewer from Yoki to get Sniper to be up on the ledge there, but didn't want to go for it. And it looks like a potential wraparound here from Aloha Dance. Yeah, this should be scouted out, though, with this ward. Maybe not. Okay, no, it should have. It should have, yeah. So, he's walking mid. This is the one problem with picking up the bounty rune, as Resolution actually misses his first CS, I think. Empire Aloha Dance trying to put some damage. Taking a lot of damage, though, too, as Ninja pumps out the first Shrapnel.
Kind of a waste of that Shrapnel light. It's tough because you can't, like... If he's a couple levels higher, he just gets that kill because he has take aim and maybe even headshot. But early on, Shrapnel doesn't really... It's really the combination of the abilities, I think, that makes the hero so strong. Not necessarily just the Shrapnel in general, which is a fantastic ability. But so far, both heroes, very minimal base damage, but already 5 Necromastery stacks for Resolution. So he's actually doing pretty well. He denied like the entire first wave of Ninja and now continues to try to get CS. He'll raise up once. Top lane, Yoki did get Grave Chilled, but no Soul Assumption just yet. Yoki and Dread going toe-to-toe. Center Conqueror Stomp actually gets on some creeps. Down bottom, it is the offlane Night Stalker, which we talked about. Fisher misses, but actually blocks Yoki in. And he'll heal his way through. Nice play coming from Yoki.
Yeah, I think Resolution's playing this very, very well in mid. I see so many Shadow Fiends just do this raise first no matter what kind of build, where they don't care what the matchup is, they're going to go for the safe raise first, and I don't think that's necessary all the time. And this time he decided that getting the fast block, or getting the better block against the Sniper, and it totally worked out in his favor. He had a better creep equilibrium in his position, and was able to get easier last hits as a result. And I think that it's really paid off. And this is one of those situations where you look at this, and other players who want to play Shadow Fiend, you don't have to go raise first every single time. Yes, it's very strong now with the recent buffs, but sometimes getting the better block and sometimes getting easy possible aggression bottom.
Yes, skewer. He actually skewers Artez back. Darkpack's gonna go. It's gonna hit on Yoki. Very low, but they can't get the kill. Fisher will snipe it out. Goddamn, throws up that big giant rock wall, and they get the kill into Yoki. Magnus goes down. Nice place. Wraparound potential. Always want to fly. Mike at the courier. Yeah, I think it might be dead. He's low range. He gets it done. But there was no bottle on it. It was already, well, Ninja not getting a bottle. He's a sniper. But they do get the courier kill. That's very big coming out for Empire. So first blood for a courier kill. I guess that's the trade in the end.
It's kind of funny that he still let the courier just go mindlessly in the same direction when an illusion attacked it, or was wrapping around on him. I thought maybe he'd be a little bit more careful, but maybe just thought that the real one wasn't anywhere near it. So nice snipe out there from Always Want to Fly. That's going to be a good gold boost for this team too. Resolution though still up 13-4 against this in terms of CS. Here comes the block. I think it blocks him. No, it's very, very close.
Just the tip. Walks through that little opening and he's able to get out, and Shrapnel plus the right click would have been enough to kill him, but Silent diving past the tower. I kind of expected this to happen. Goritz is going to get called out. He's probably in trouble. Earthspike just connects. Do they have the damage? The Hex comes out as well. He's pretty tanky, and they get the Helix proc coming out from Silent exactly when they needed it. So they get a kill. Silent is kind of low, but that pops him up to 1,000 gold plus his Tranquil Boot. So this should be a pretty early Blink Dagger as we expected from Empire's Silent.
I wouldn't be surprised though to still see him go for maybe a Vanguard.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of one position Axis do this, but because he's not buying the ring right now, maybe he just does. Oh, well, now he's going. Yep, it is going to be a fast Vanguard.
Well, Resolution, we praised him for a while, but then he just gets solo killed from the level 3 shrapnel, and now he's getting killed, but the headshot proc, shockwave going. Yoki's gonna skewer, gets the kill onto the sniper. Sniper not able to get away. Yoki does have the haste rune, and okay, counterpoint, I guess, for Empire and HellRaisers. I don't know, just kind of weird situation happening in the mid lane.
That's definitely favors Empire. Your offlaner is up to level 5. Got solo experience plus gold from the kill on Sniper. Sniper loses out pretty much on what he got from killing the Shadow Fiend solo. And yeah, that's really good for Team Empire. Yeah, your Shadow Fiend died, but who cares, man? It's a Shadow Fiend. He's always going to find his farm. He's still slightly out farming the Sniper anyway. So very nice rotation there from Yoki with a haste rune.
And now he goes to the jungle, stacks it once, and he's like, just hold on, let me erase this real quick, and I'm fine. Phase boots, by the way, for App and NJ. Well, top lane Artez did take a shockwave. I do want to ask the difference between phase boots and treads. What's the situation to buy these items? Why go treads? Why go phase boots?
For which hero?
For the sniper, I should say.
It's heavily a preference thing. Phase boots, if you think you need, I don't know, there's a couple things. One is like you buy the phase boots quickly if you're already dominating the lane, because it helps you dominate it just a little bit more. Also, too, if they don't have a lot of damage on their team, then, or sorry, if they do have a lot of damage on their team, you might want the treads just to make yourself a little bit more tanky with like treads S and Y. I personally think that just phase is a little bit better, but it's kind of a preference thing. But typically you buy the phase fast if you're owning your lanes, just so you can own it a little bit further.
And there's the Fisher coming in. Goddamn, gonna get spotted out. FNJ chasing after Resolution. The right click. They need to hex him. Hex him immediately. Can't get it done. He gets the kill on the Resolution. Another trade, but this time it does favor again the sniper. Even if he goes down, the supports get that kill. But now Cohorts comes in as it's nighttime. The Fisher comes out. They get the kill. Always want to fly as low as well, but they won't be able to get him as the Fisher did block Gortz's way. How far is he willing to dive to get this kill? He's not backing up. Gortz is looking, but he's looking in the wrong area. This is a very interesting mid lane. Lots of rotations. In fact, Yoki picks up an Invis rune. He's almost level 6. He'll get it from one of these creeps. Jockwave's gonna go. Skewer is not gonna get there. Might use it now. Skewer's gonna go. Will connect. Level 6 still not there. Headshot procs for days. Shockwave will he get the kill? Just misses. Assassination's gonna fly. Gets the kill on it. Always want to fly easily. Mid lane is where the action is happening, and we're not done yet because Gortz is walking right back in. Resolution's getting right click down. Earthspike Fisher goes, and they're going to get a double kill for FNJ. Calling Blade from Silent, and he's going to try to find Gortz as well. It gets that double Calling Blade. Blood everywhere. Head split open. It's a bloodbath in this middle lane, as it used to be back and forth all over the goddamn place.
He's looking for F and Ninja, though. He doesn't have a point into Battle Hunger, so he can't get the extra movement speed boost, but very nice rotation in from Silent. They see Silent here, though. If they can get people up here quickly, he could be in some trouble. Misses the call. They do have a shrapnel up ready to go. I think Silent's dead, actually. Yeah, he's definitely dead. I don't know what he was doing here.
That's just kind of one of those plays where you scratch your head and you say, what? Pounce on a Yoki. Doesn't have the mana for RP. Artez is low. Shadow dances. That'll regen him back up. Yoki wants to stay nearby and try to kill Artez or do some damage. And Artez smartly backs away. Yoki now. Shockwave misses. He'll have to skewer away and they can't chase him any further. It's a weird game. And I think they were doing really well. Empire were doing really well up until the axe just dies there. So that, like, he had 1,000 gold and now it's down to 200 because he has to buy his wand. So kind of a weird play.
Kind of weird that he upgraded his full wand instead of saving for a blink. That seems very strange to me. That's actually more strange to me than him trying to farm in the jungle. So that's a lot of extra gold that doesn't really help you all that much, I think. At least on the axe where you know, blink is so paramount and so important. So kind of interesting to me. It is daytime though for the next 3.5 minutes, so that's at least good for Team Empire.
Yeah, Gortz has actually been a pretty big factor this game. His rotations have secured those and ones that you talked about, just getting those extra kills that you wouldn't expect to get when you rotate a couple of other supports through. And Silent could have gone and taken this tower, or at least put pressure on it early on with this just diving past and using his culling, or rather his counter helix, and They're still finally putting pressure on it now. Meanwhile, Aloha Dance smokes up, gets their spike to finger half a ninja, a solo kill for Aloha Dance that puts him up to 1,700 gold. That is a very big pickup. Nicely done coming out from the line there.
Yep. So we'll see if Night Stalker, he should use at least, he should use a darkness before he hits the next daytime though, or sorry, nighttime, because obviously with the new change it doesn't affect the timer, or sorry, the day-night timer, so it'll actually make it so that you have more night than day. So we'll see. Top lane, looks like an action onto Yoki. Arte's taking a lot of damage though in this Slark. Gonna use Darth Pact, and that's gonna hurt him a little bit more. So he's gonna have to regen in the fog here.
Aloha Dance builds a Midas. Alright. I guess that's interesting.
On the Lion?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh.
Interesting. Maybe it's because he just used Finger and he already had the gold, so he's like, well, I don't have Finger up anyway, so I don't want to blink. I bet that might be why.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, like, it's just so good, and you know, I'm not gonna question it. Aloha Dance is the pro player. He's gonna make his decisions, and I'm concerned. I will say I am concerned. But we'll see how things change here in the next couple of moments. We also saw a Midas on Slark, but that's a bit more standard. That's not surprising to me. He's up this top lane. There is a couple of heroes nearby to help try to gank. Yoki's looking for his first RP, and he's not too far off of his Blink Dagger either. Wave of Tear goes, Dread backs away from that, does not want to deal with it. Wraparound gank kind of mid is, goddamn, is probably dead. Earthspike's gonna hit. Silence about to get the call. Nope, just uses the calling blade at. Says nope, don't need anything. Aloha Dance probably is dead here. Yep.
He just
Nice
bought 2 wards. He just bought another set of wards and a TP right before, so didn't lose any gold. But yeah, has a Midas. Very, very interesting. So some stats on Night Stalker. Mid lane, he's 13 and 17. Wow. And he's solo off lane 7 and 4. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Top lane.
Dark Pact, Artez about to fall. They don't have mana for RP again, and he survived with about 20 HP. Yoki. And I know a lot of people, like, I know with the changes to Blink Dagger and Magnus, like, you usually don't go for the arcanes, but the fact that he's just not had the mana to use an RP has been almost crippling, and not getting these kills. Rotation's top from almost every hero in the game. Magic Missile Resolution walks in. He does have Requiem ready to go. Goddamn's gonna get raised up Hillfall. They're gonna lose 2 heroes, both supports. Artez TP's away. Nice rotation from Empire to get all of these heroes up top. It looks like they'll take the tier 1 tower as well. And meanwhile, they still have the farming Sniper in the jungle, Silence farming bottom, and he's finally got his Blink Dagger plus Vanguard, and I'd say Empire are ahead at this point. I mean, they have, again, we talked about Resolution. He caught back up with the jungle farm. Yoki's gonna have Blink now. They're looking good. They even have a goddamn Midas for the line, who will hope to get a Blink soon, I guess, but...
And I'm sure he will. With the Midas gold helping him out. Getting easy kills with the Finger KS. And it's gonna be a Lothars, actually, for Resolution. Or it's Shadowblade. Which I think is pretty good. I know we see a lot of Yules on Shadow Fiend and whatnot, but just gives him another different way to initiate with the Requiem, which is arguably equally as strong in some scenarios, stronger in other scenarios than not. So yeah, I like this pickup. He's gonna get it pretty quickly here. In about 400 gold, he'll have it.
Yeah, he's gonna head to the jungle, finish it off, raise up a couple of waves, and yeah, he's very close to it. I actually really like Shadowblade. Just because there's so many Yules that you don't expect it. Columbus is top lane on Dread, who pops the Grave Shield, and they can't go for it. Soul Assumption does no damage. There were 0 stacks. Nice usage of the Earth Spike, but I think Aloha Dance is still in trouble. Shrapnel's gonna go pounce as the Aloha Dance is dead. Can you imagine if we had a Blink Dagger there? I'm just saying.
He would have lived. Yep. I'm actually right on board with you now. Now, I'm trying to, like, you know, make it fair and try to validate his purchase and trying to say, like, oh, he knows board because he's in the game, yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, I agree. I think Blink Daggers just would have been way better, but we'll see.
Like one of those games where you're like, team, look, I bought a Midas. How funny is that? And they're like, we're not winning right now, dude. This is not funny. This is not a joke. You need to turn it around. Magnus, though, does have a Blink Dagger. That's pretty good. So Blink RP initiation is available. It's real. It's ready to go. Again, no arcanes yet. We'll see if he goes for them or if he goes for treads or something else. But Do they have a smoke? They have a Shadow Blade. No smoke for always want to fly. They're just got a Shadow Blade up on resolution. I don't think they saw that. Dread's got to get spotted out. Wave of Terror's got to go. Requiem! And a couple of right clicks and Dread is dead.
Poor guy. Hasterin popped by resolution. He could actually maybe kill that sniper easily, but he didn't see who was behind him. He doesn't know. Oh, the Earthshaker is showing bottom. Here comes a call onto the axe, or onto the birds, and they're dead.
Goodbye, birds.
That's one of the reasons why, like I said, they picked this axe. It's so good against Visage.
And he doesn't have them for another 70 seconds, so that's something they just don't have to worry about. I think they might have spotted, or Artez might have seen them walk up here. Yeah, he pounces away. He makes it out in time. And
you know the worst part about it is that even if Visage gets a fast ag, so that means he has 3 birds and of 2, you actually get, it's actually worse because it gives you another chance to get more procs on your counter helix. So Snipe coming out onto Aloha Dance. There's a Fisher too. Artist, can he get this? No, he actually doesn't connect with it. But
misses, but the last actual tick of it kills. Well, Resolution will Shadow Blade away. Yoki refuses to use this RP. Meanwhile, they're going to find half an NJ. Oh, misses the Culling Blade. He's sticked up. And Silent maybe gets the kill with the Battle Hugger. Now Resolution walks in, gets the kill. Echo Slam out of Silent. Soul Substitute going, doing a lot of damage. There's going to be the call coming through, but Silent is alone, and they say, you're on your own, man. They actually get 3 kills. Only for that Sniper Empire running way too deep, going underneath the Tier 2 tower. Paying a lot for it.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Yoki's been really patient with these RPs, but he just really hasn't found the right opportunity. Like, RP does next to no damage at all, so it's not like he can go for a solo kill. It does actually 50 damage itself. So it's just there as to set things up for your other teammates, but if he doesn't have teammates around him ready with spells up and ready to go, then it doesn't really do too much, unless the hero is already super low, but he didn't find an opening there. They do have the finger up and ready to go. And yeah, I'm becoming more and more on board with you. This Midas has just really done nothing for Aloha Dance. And I mean, he bought it what 6 minutes ago, and he's got 500 gold now. So
I was okay with it when he first bought it. I was like, okay, maybe he'd get an Agam Scepter later on because of this, maybe another item. But the fact that it's really stifled his blink progression when, oh god, Goritz walks right into a rec room, and luckily the fish is there to actually save his life. That second raise is not going to connect. Visage Birds, Shrapnel, no, Assassination. Soul Substitution, not going to get the kill. Meanwhile, RP goes in. Dread in some trouble. Yoki's still not using the RP. Doesn't need really to keep Dread in place, as there's going to be another call in a second. Misses the Shockwave, though. Battle Hunger going. There's the call going through. Dread will fall. And another Calling Blade from Silent. They get the kill. So they don't get the Night Stalker, but meanwhile, Slarkits always want to fly bottom, and he goes for the Shadow Blade as well. Lots of Shadow Blades this game.
And he got that kill without the Shadow Blade too. And he's purchasing it in full, so this is one of the better times to actually... Oh, here comes... They see him with the Sentry Ward, so they know he's around here. Maybe they can bait something out. There's a pre-shrapnel because they know that they saw him.
I think that scares him away. He could have gone further. Maybe they could have tried to pick up something, but... First Vicious Stomp misses. Will the second one hit? Yes. Oh, Dance is going to find Artez. He's going to get assassinated. Use your Midas. Aloha Dance. No!
Yeah, this Slark is going to actually do work now with this very fast Lothars. Or, sorry, I keep calling it that. Shadow Blade.
You can call Lothars. I think people will understand.
Yeah, I get people mad at me when I call it that, really? So I'll try to switch.
I call Lothars from time to time as well. I don't know.
But taunt from Silent, it's not going to get the Berserker's Call, but yeah, and I'm looking, I don't see too many sentries now purchased from the side of Empire, and that's going to be hard too, because, Lion wants to build into that Blink, the Vengeful Spirit's pretty much playing bitch support, and he's going to have to get wards up, but he doesn't have too much gold, he's not making enough gold, so we'll see. I think this Shadow Blade Slark is really going to do a lot of work here for HR.
He's got to try to find kills. Will they go for... Do they have a smoke? No. What I should say is that there's not really... No team's really on board to Roshan. I mean, they both have the ability to do so with, like, a sniper and a Shadow Fiend on the other side. It's not as easy as it was last game, though, and it's not a big part of their lineups. It's more about getting kills and then maybe securing a Roshan somewhere later down the line. Blink Berserker's Call. Goritz is most certainly dead. He's deader than dead. As I talk about Roshan, always when the fly walks in and gets hit. There's the Arcane Boots. Now Yoki can maybe get a reliable RP off. Smoke of Deceit coming out from HellRaisers, but they don't want to head bottom because that's where all of Empire is. So unless they wrap around, I'm not sure about this Smoke of Deceit gank. They are wrapping around.
They're wrapping all the way around, or maybe looking for a pick instead. There comes a aggressive forward from Dread. And I don't know that they fight this. Like, the tower's already dead. They're trying to push the tier 1 tower in mid, but it's very healthy. And yeah, here comes the response from Empire.
Artez has to back up. His Midas is off cooldown. He Shadow Blades and not looking for a kill. He's gonna head back up to his own jungle. Dread is gonna get scouted out. So is Goddamn. Goddamn gets hit 3 times and Resolution gets an easy kill. He's dominating. Dread is probably gonna fall as well. Silence on the chase. He's gonna Battle Hunger. Yoki's got a Shockwave. Soul Assumption. Not enough damage to get the kill. Dread falls to a raise. That is a double kill for Resolution. And now, because you have Venge and you have a Shadow Fiend, they head into Roche, and with Empower, they have enough damage, I think. Did they get Empower, by the way? He is level 2 Empower, so yeah, it's fine.
Oh, that Sentry ward from Aloha Dance just barely was in range of that ward placed by Dread as well. So that was a big, big win for Empire. They're going to take out this Roshan now, and it's going to be a Scotty coming up for Resolution in just about a couple minutes, too. He's got 2 ulti orbs and now 1,000 gold.
He needs a couple of creep waves, and all of a sudden that Scotty is going to be very real at about 22 minutes, whereas the Sniper has an SMY and looks like he's going for a BKB, which I think is a smart choice, considering the amount of magic damage. But if he gets jumped on with a Blink Dagger, which still is non-existent from the line, then it's not going to matter. Although, he's almost there. Aloha Dance is going to have it within 2 minutes from now, I'd say, at the latest.
Yeah, I don't like the BKB pickup at all, actually, from Sniper. Hold that thought, though, as there maybe is aggression here onto mid. There's a Fisher to try to set things up, but it's a little awkward spot. And Artez, unfortunately, on the Slark can't find the right initiation.
Good point.
There's a great initiation from Silent.
Yeah, that's dead birds, dead hero. He can re-summon them when he's alive, but again, he keeps giving them away. 200 gold again to Silent. Assassination is going to go on to Resolution. That'll do some damage, but he has the Aegis to work with. He'll be able to regen up with his bottle as well. Aloha Dance, do you have your Blink Dagger yet? No. Yoki looking for a skewer. They get the actual call onto Goddamn. Missed the Calling Blade, but they still get the kill regardless with Silent's right click. Now Aloha Dance, or rather Silent, getting shrapnelled, getting assassinated, getting right clicked. He'll take some damage. They're going to earn him up. This earn is paying off so well for Always Wanna Fly, but he is out of charges. And they will take this tier 2 tower in the mid lane. Suddenly, Empire, skin was very even, but now they have accrued a 10,000 net worth lead at 22 minutes into the game. And Artez, we thought he was going to do work, but he just doesn't have the room to work with all of his heroes and teammates getting picked off. So the Shadow Blade maybe not doing as much as he would have liked.
It was a great axe pick, the last pick against this Visage. It's just the bird's dying instantly every single time he gets the call. And like you mentioned, tons of gold. And if you look at the inventory of Axe, it's really paying off. He's almost got an Axe Scepter, a Blink, Blade Mail, Vanguard. This is one of the more farmed axes you're going to see. And then he'll start more easily getting these Culling Blades to actually hit. There's the Blink, 12 minutes after the Midas picked up from the Lion. Yep, exactly.
Oh god, Afternoon. Oh, he doesn't have a Scotty yet. He can't get this kill. Maybe he can now. Hex up, finger, Afternoon about to get Earth Spiked. Maybe not. Right click. Is it going to be there? No, they can't get the kill. He walks away with 20 HP. Swap out. Artez is actually going to grab the kill and Always Wanna Fly. Suddenly, Empire in a bad spot. Resolution gets dusted. He does get off the Requiem, but they get the Echo Slam. Double Requiem goes. Goddamn. Gets Shockwave. The 2-for-2 trade. They did end up getting the kill on the Sniper. I'm not sure how. Call goes in. Silent. Dark Pact from Artez. They missed the skewer. RP still available. We have yet to see our first RP of the game. At least I'm pretty sure. Goritz misses the call from Silent. Aloha Dance can't get the Earth Spike. Finally has the mana. Battle Hunger's going to go. There's going to be the Hex. Artez walking back in. Goritz finally going to go down. The Calling Blade getting the kill. Dread slowing up Yoki right now. Shockwave call goes on to, of course, the familiars. Yoki, RP hits onto Artez. The call is up in 5. Finally, RPs for literally nothing. There is a gem on the deck. Silent wants it. He finds Dread. Wave of Terror is going to go. Calling Blade. Now the gem continues to stay on the ground. Always Wanna Fly, not grabbing it. Artez has it. Shadow Blade's away. And the race for the gem finally is completed, as he'll bring it back home. And that is, of course, owned by Blank. I don't know whose gem that actually is. That's unfortunate. Always want to fly, getting shrapnelled, getting right-clicked, and he's dead. What a battle. What a rumble in the jungle, if you will.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have the Scotty yet for, as you mentioned, for resolution, and he picks it up now. I think that the sniper walked back into the Requiem. Like, I think he was fine, and he walked back into it and died to it. I don't know for sure.
Oh, boy.
But I imagine that's what happened, because he was fine, ran away. He was so close to dying. I was even thinking to myself, man, if this SF didn't have the Aegis, he would have killed the sniper, because the Requiem would have popped after his death, after his first death. But yeah, so that's kind of unfortunate for the sniper. So I think it was a bit of a win there for HR, because they fought that against the Aegis.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, this Magnus RPs have not really done much. It is a little difficult trying to find a correct RP against the Slark, because you have Lothar, or you have the Shadow Blade to deal with. You have, if you don't have anti-vision, there's an easy pick-off. I imagine I missed it, but
yeah.
And then he has the Shadow Dance to work with. He has Dark Pact. You don't want to use the RP when his Dark Pact is still up, so you have to be very, very careful about getting that off.
I mean, also familiar is canceling the Blink Dagger. It's just not been an easy game for Yoki, but nor has it been an easy game for Ninja, who, by the way, we talked about this BKB at least 5 minutes ago, and he still doesn't have it. So this is one of the worst sniper games, one of the more rough sniper games you're going to see. And for Artez, he continues to get up in gold, and he even has a Scotty now. So that is the one thing I think that HellRaisers have going for them, is this Slark is very difficult to deal with. Again, that's an understatement, but it seems to be the bane of Empire's existence as of right now. Again, with no Aegis, they'll probably just push out the waves. They'll maybe look for a pick-off or two, defend their towers, but I don't see this ending anytime soon unless one big fight gets underway. And wow, he just won 2 shots, those birds. Dread has had a rough time keeping these birds alive, man. Silent going in. Artez going into Silent. Echo Slam. Silent getting low. They actually Shadow Blade away. Yoki looking to find Artez. Silent walks in. They get the call. They miss the skewer. They finger up Artez. Why did he go back in? He wasn't expecting all of the heroes from Empire to be there, but they were. And now he just fought that Scotty, and with no buyback, that's a problem. Goddamn skewer misses. They don't go for the RP, obviously, and Resolution walking down bottom lane with a double damager, and that's frightening. And in power, he hits for about... Oh my god, that is a lot. He hits for 430 damage. Holy shit.
Jeez, yeah. Pretty strong stuff. I mean, we didn't even mention it, but the Axe pick is also really, really good against Slark. Probably one of the best heroes against him in general.
Yeah.
Ninja making a run for it. He gets the TP out. They couldn't retain vision for the Venge swap to cancel it any TPs or anything, but Dread, he's up in the top lane. He actually might be dead here. If he doesn't TP out like right now, I think he's dead. Yeah,
he's probably dead. Yep. X up, right click, and really rough game for Dread. 7 deaths. His familiars have died more times than he has. He is tied for the most deaths in the game alongside him and Goddamn. So both supports actually having an extraordinarily rough time.
I mean, even before
the tier 2 tower.
Even before the Axe is picked up in the end, just the Visage pick looked really weird. You typically don't see Visage unless it's paired up with someone that can help boost up the damage of the familiars, like Lycan or the Drow is the common one. But we gave it a chance, but then the Axe is just the icing on the cake for Empire, just making this game a living hell for Dread. I was going to mention one other thing, but slipped my mind, so... Axe actually have the Aghanim Scepter. It's good for him. He's had that for quite some time, actually.
He's been randomly calling Blade creeps around because the cooldown's so short, even when you use it on creeps. Just getting that haste buff is pretty nice. Different Tower bottom is going to get traded. They finally get the BKB for Ninja, but...
Oh, that's what it was. I don't like this pickup for him at all. One, it's just... his item progression is really, really slow. 2, I just don't think that BKB is going to solve any of his problems. There's so much physical damage between Venge and Shadow Fiend's negative armor. And then obviously the Axe Call will go through any BKB. The RP will go through it. I just don't think that this is the item. I think if he gets caught, he's dead regardless, BK magic immunity or not.
Well, Dan silenced up Assassination. Not going to kill him, but brings him down to about 150 HP. Yoki actually jukes the RP animation, skewers away. Somehow Aloha Dan survives there. forces up, gets stuck in the trees. He's got a blinking too, so it's not that big of a deal. They're going to counter the ward as Gortz. With Aghanim Scepter now, Gortz has Aghanim's gem, so suddenly map control is in favor of HellRaisers by quite a bit. However, is that enough? I mean, they're still pretty far behind, I feel like.
Map control is great for getting pickoffs, but it's not that important when you're getting 5 man on their tower. So Empire might do the same strategy that they had last game, where HR still has the power to pick them off. Now with the Acceptor up onto the Night Stalker, especially with the Slark on their team. Oh, like this. This is a very good pickoff potential. And I think they're actually going to get the kill on Resolution.
Oh, the mini stun from the assassination, and he will fall. That is a big pickup for Artez with no buyback. That might be enough to actually spur them on in this game and to get them going further. Try to get some more towers, try to get some more pickoffs. I mean, these supports desperately need the gold. Blink call onto 2. The follow-up's going to be there. RP onto 2. Match missile. Is Artez going to survive? Skewer RP gets off. Artez trying to run away. Shadowblade already used. Back up to about half health. The blink call misses. Affinenge running in for whatever reason. Call can still go through and will. But now Silent's actually alone. Suddenly they're turning this fight around. Yoki's on the high ground. He has to TP away. Silent in trouble. And they were just 10 HP away from taking down Artez. And they couldn't do it. Had the Shadow Fiend been up, that would have been a sure kill. But HellRaisers turn it around and they take 3. And they could also take Roshan as well.
That was... I'm wondering if the Skewer screwed up the combo from Axe. Like, it maybe pushed him away to get so he couldn't get the Culling Blade off. I mean, it was so close getting that kill on Slark. I couldn't really see both of their HP because their bars were right next to each other, both him and the Earthshaker. And Acceptor now up for Dread. This is going to be a very fast Roshan. This game has totally turned around.
This might be... Yeah, I mean, look at the net worth graph. All of a sudden, this game is almost even. Experience-wise, it is even. And HellRaisers now have, like we said, map control. They have Artez, who's farming like crazy. Affinenge gets almost another item with that team fight. And they're going to find a kill online as well for Artez, who's up to 4k gold. They get the blink out of the Earthshaker, who's had some big Echo Slams. So now the game becomes a lot harder for Empire. And this is it's turning topsy-turvy here.
Yeah, we should check out the replay if you have it, Pitmuko. It'd be kind of fun to watch again.
Alright, you know what? We kind of butchered the transition there, but doesn't matter. So, well, Resolution, actually, let's just go to the action. There we got it. Alright, so Silent jumps in, and I just want to quickly mention he is actually using his Blade Mail when he has plus 40 armor, so I'm not sure about this. Doesn't matter. So his call is still on, and there is the Skewer. No, it was kind of alright, I guess. I mean, yeah, you had a good point, but it just wasn't enough damage, and they kind of stacked everything up just a bit too much. And I mean, I can understand it, because you really need to just... Oh, never mind. I actually wasn't in the instant replay. Oops. Alright, let's watch it again. Nothing has ever happened, guys. Shh, 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 shh. Alright, there we got it. Alright, here we got it. Now I got this. Hashtag 5pim. And yeah, as you can see, I mean, yeah, they stacked it, but... Like, I mean, who cares? Meanwhile, familiars are getting fed. Alright, I butchered this. I'm so sorry. Let's go back to the live game. God damn it.
Pip, you're too hard on yourself, man. You're too hard on yourself.
Oh, look, double damage Slark, but there is a sentry down.
Oh,
they can get the axe call, he's dead.
They see him. He's not going to walk up.
Though.
Oh, they see him. They're going to hex him up. They do have the Aegis. He dark pecks it off. They're going to pop the darkness. Now, always want to fly, getting chased out. There's going to be a big Requiem on the Dread. Resolution going with the right click. They've already taken down Always Want to Fly. Maelstrom procs from Affinenge going to work. Resolution getting low. Goddamn. Gets the Echo off. They get the kill. Silent. Finger onto Gorth. Gems on the deck. RP.
Oh, no.
This is from Yoki. He whips it. Affinenge somehow canceling the Blink Dagger. Hexed up. Looking for Yoki. Shrapnel not there. He gets the headshot proc. Artez gets the double kill on the backside. Almost a full 5-man wipe. Can they get Yoki? He blinks away. He will survive. Oh, that juke. That crazy juke around the trees. But in the end, the 2 carries, the 2 cores for HellRaisers, able to do enough work. And now they are in the driver's seat. Now they are almost in the lead in net worth. If they can get some of these towers, they'll be having a grand old time.
The double damage Slark, man. That was just... I don't think they had... I mean, maybe they saw him pick it up, but they were definitely expecting him to be around because they were all sitting around the sentry.
He's
but
still going. Yoki's gonna pop his BKB. Assassination doesn't do much. Swap out
was weird.
of the skewer, which probably actually ends up killing Always Wanna Fly. It almost kills poor Yoki, has to back away. It's actually a good thing, I think, that they still have tier 2 towers up, because if they didn't have those, they probably could have put a lot of damage onto a tier 3 for HellRaisers between these two heroes. They won't get this tier 2 tower more than likely. Finger, yeah, that's the Aegis. Aloha Dance just jumps in and fingers them easily. Shockwave's gonna go through. They Shadow Blade away. 3 familiars on the deck now. Goddamn, walking back in. Blink Echo not there. Shiva's Guard now done for the Axis. He is respawning shortly, or is he actually up? Resolution Shadow Blade's up to the high ground or up to the top lane. Who has the gem, by the way? Goritz actually still has it. They gave it back to the courier, flew it back to him. So. All right.
Now that we're getting into this game and into the meat and potatoes, I should say, and looking at Shadowfiend's build, I'm not totally convinced. Here comes Silent, though. Here's an aggression onto him.
Artez
Oh god, Yoki.
Yoki is in trouble. Nice usage of that Shadow Dance coming in. Requiem does literally no damage as he had 18 souls. Artez now has a freaking butterfly. They're going to keep chasing. Silent actually Berserker calls. Fisher off to Echo Slam from goddamn. Goodbye, Aloha Dance. Goodbye, Resolution. This game has now turned on its head, and HellRaisers says this game is ours. They're going to go for the tier 1 tower. They don't even need a creep wave. No backdoor protection for tier 1s. Tier 2 tower. Well, they'll probably need a creep wave for this one. But still, what a fight coming out from HellRaisers yet again. And goddamn, now starting to get really going here.
In experience in the last 10 minutes, it's been a 15,000 difference. So it's been a really, and you know what it really was? It was the start of that, it was that first gank right after Nightstalker got his Ags. And he still had the gem on him, so they had vision of the Shadow Blade SF in their woods, and picked him off, and it really seemed like that was the start of everything. So the extra vision that this Axe Nightstalker provided has definitely paid off.
Yeah,
you don't really see it. It's not like one of those abilities where you see it come into play because it doesn't really do anything other than show their own team vision. So you don't see that as a caster or a spectator, but it has certainly paid off, I think.
Yeah, the Goritz, this pick has been huge. And it's really hard to shut him down as well. I mean, because he picked up the Midas. That's really what God, I just forget it. All right. You know what? He got the Midas. It gave him the Aghanim Scepter. I'm done talking for right now. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. That's the one. God damn. All right. We're all having a rough day. Hashtag fire.
I am too, man.
Hashtag fire pimp. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it hasn't been my best day casting either. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I think it's because I'm hungry, man. I'm just so hungry. I haven't eaten anything.
Me too. I'm actually super hungry as well. Oh, well, looks like something's going to happen here. Aloha Dance forcing up to the high ground. Silent getting caught out with a Grave Chill. Magic Missile goes from Always Want to Fly into Goritz. Pounce does hit. Always Want to Fly now at this point, just feeding away his life numerous times. And yeah, it's rough. This is turning into a very rough game for Empire. And what we were talking about, how they had such a lead, but it's gone now. HellRaisers have taken command. They have a Mjolnir now on the sniper. Artez has his freaking butterfly. It's becoming quickly, and he's also got 5,000 gold, which, I mean, he turns that into a Basher, into an Abyssal. Would not be surprised.
Yeah, I also, like, I said how I kind of liked this Shadowblade pickup from Shadowfiend early on. I think it did do work. The Scotty was a little bit weird because it still made him, like, very one-dimensional. Like, he Shadowblade's in, if they have vision, Shadowblade doesn't do anything, and then he just kind of auto-attacks and slows. That's it. There's no Yules for offensive measures, there's no Yules for defensive measures, there's no Blink to kind of initiate, there's nothing. Oh, speaking of initiate, here comes Resolution.
Goodbye, Resolution does get swapped out, still staying alive, though. Shiva's Guard, Silence staying alive as well. Popped the blade, but now they're going to go to work. They're going to right-click him down. 2 heroes dead, and again, Always Want to Fly, the first to fall down, as has been the case numerous times. Assassination about to go. It's going to catch on a Yoki. BKBs it off just at the right time, but Artez diving past the tier 3 tower does get hexed up. They don't have an Aegis. Alpha Ninja is still going to throw up the shrapnel. Resolution, his BKB doesn't even have it. Flutters up, so his evasion is gone. Or at least, well, now it's going to go back, but And it looks like at this point, the tier 3 tower, and maybe a set of racks is going to fall. Even throw up the Mjolnir static shield onto the Slark. He'll go to work on the racks. Finger goes down to Goris. That's actually a big kill if they can bring him down, but the Fisher comes in again from goddamn Aloha Dance. RP now catches on Artez, pushes him back. Artez getting low, Shadow dances away. Requiem doing nothing. Ryoki falls. It's a double kill for Affin and Jay shooting the back lines, and that should be just about it, as there's no buyback for the Shadow Fiend and HellRaisers. They turn the game around, and Empire cannot secure that second game win. HellRaisers split the series 1-1.
Yeah, I think that Empire actually got a little bit cocky, and I think it all started with we didn't think, at least I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal because he was farming so well, but the 10-minute Midas on the Lion, which could have been a blink, which turned into a 22-minute blink. It took him 12 minutes after the Midas, which is ironic because normally you would think Midas would help you farm faster, but he just farmed slower because of it, because he didn't have the initiation, he didn't have the maneuverability to get away from certain ganks that actually did kill him a lot. I mean, look, he had 11 deaths, most in the game, on the line that could have had a 10-minute blink dagger, so that, and I wasn't convinced with Resolution's item build. Again, I thought the Shadowblade was fine, but the Scotty was still somewhat okay. Like, obviously the slow was great, the stats, but the butterfly didn't make any sense to me at all. I don't think he needed evasion against this team. Even with the butterfly, the headshot procs will always go through evasion. So, and he wasn't really dying to, I mean, he was somewhat dying to auto attacks from Slark, but still, many of them were hitting. Lots of damage from Earthshaker was being applied, so wasn't convinced with that. And then, as you saw, the Magnus just really didn't get any good RPs this game. He had one good one, but they couldn't finish off the Slark in time.
Yeah, Yoki's RPs, I was excited at the beginning of the game, and by the end of the game, I was left a bit disappointed. And that happens when you're playing the off-lane Magnus, especially against this squad of HellRaisers. But that'll be it. Series is split 1-1, and with that, HellRaisers looking pretty solid. They're up to 2-2. Empire go down to, I think, 5-3. And that's going to be it for today. But, you know, Dota Pit still has a while before we head to the playoffs, so still more games on the docket for later on. Again, thank you so much for joining us here again. Everything brought to you by HighGroundTV. Again, the cast. I'm Mott. Follow me at MottDota. With me is Tralf. You can check him out at TralfDota. We have Mottpacks or Satsman. You can check him out at Mottpacks, and PimpMunkle at PimpMunkle on Twitter as well. For tomorrow's action, March 13th, we have Cloud9 versus Team Tinker at the same time, 2030 CET. And that means, of course, 3:30 Eastern time because of daylight savings time coming through. And then on March the 14th, we will also have EG versus Team Tinker. Pretty big game there, starting at 20 CET. So, Tralf, any closing thoughts before we head into, I guess, head out of here?
Well played. I thought that Empire was going to take it 2-0, but I think they got a little bit cocky. And still nice resilience, I should say, from HR. I like both of the drafts, both games from both teams, but able to close it out with a nice Acceptor on the Night Stalker. So maybe look for more picks from the Night Stalker in the future from them.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Night Stalker. Worked out for them. Well, guys, that's going to be it for us tonight. I do want to say that if you enjoy the casting, I will actually be doing some NEL here in just about 20 minutes over on twitch.tv/NeoDota. So if you'd like to go ahead and check that out, you're more than welcome to. Other than that, guys, have a fantastic evening. We'll see you all later.